morning. How are you? Any Iranians in the house?
No.
Any non-Iranians in the house? Welcome to our secret meeting. All right, so I'm going to keep this brief as much as possible. I'm going to go through first a little bit of a generic idea of why we do what we do through online so we can improve sales in our businesses and our economy, right? And then I'm going to get some practical stuff. But if, with permission from Kane and the powers to be here, I would like to keep this a little bit open. If you have questions, please stop me and ask me right there and then. And I'm going to try to leave a lot more room so I can actually specifically ask each of you, for maybe at least for some of you, for what type of business you have, so that way I can help with more specific examples. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
Here's the last thing. If I see you dozing off or sleeping, I'm going to call your name. I'm going to bring you up here. You're going to repeat everything I said, all right? All right, cool. Who uses Facebook here? Very good. So, here's the philosophy that I have about business today online. It's a small village. It's a very, very small village. And we all do the same things, and we all talk about the same things, right? So here's the deal. Let's say you all were in this village. For the first time, I come to your village, right? And I want to try to do business with you. Think about that. What do I have to do to earn your trust? For example, let's say Ali has a house, right? And I'm new in this village. If I walk by his house and I see him, let's say, mowing his lawn, I can say, hey, how's it going? My name is Ash. I'm new in this neighborhood. If you don't mind, I would love to do this for you next Friday, free of charge. And he would ask something like, why would you do that? Well, because I'm new in the community, I would love to do something for you, right? My philosophy is that if I am able, if you give me the opportunity to do favors for you at least 3 or 4 times, guess what? Subconsciously, you end up feeling like you owe me, right? So here's how my business works. I like to do favors for other people. I like to go around, build value and information and really true, honest, I guess, good things for other people, because if they benefit from me, at some point it's going to come back. Is that fair enough? You guys understand that? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Perfect. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you how to reach people and how to communicate with them so you can actually improve your business. We all use Facebook. If you ever notice, on the left-hand side of Facebook, I want you to pay attention to a tab called Ad Manager. So if you're taking notes, all you need to do is write down facebook.com, left-hand side, Ads Manager, right? As soon as you click on this Ads Manager tab, you're going to not see this page. You're going to probably see something very similar to this. It's going to ask you, okay, I'm Facebook. I have millions, if not billions of people on my platform. You as the business owner, you as a political party, you as a human being, you are wanting to reach out to people and say something to them in hopes of getting business from them, right? He does a little bit. All right, so what I want you to focus on out of all of this is this one tab called Lead Generation. Lead generation is your best friend. We want to figure out who do we contact and how do we contact them at what time. So you click on Lead Generation, you forget about all this stuff, you hit Continue. Right? Now, first things first, you can give it a name if you want to. You can choose your page that you're using on Facebook and so on and so forth, but I won't bother with any of this stuff. What I want to pay attention, what I want you to pay attention to, what I want to focus on is this right here. Give somebody, maybe shout out some businesses. Who has a business here? Tell me what kind of business you have.
Urgent care.
Urgent care, financial services. What else? Hypnotherapy. Very cool.
Real estate. Women's clothing online.
Fashion. Women's clothing. Real estate.
Advertising.
Advertising.
Asset management.
Asset management. All right, cool. What was the last one? Bakery?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Perfect. All right, Orange County. That's actually a good one. If you don't mind, let's start with that one, just because it's a little bit specific. So, first things first, I want to target the United States, right? Because, for example, bakery. If I have somebody from, let's say, Florida, coming to me, right, or contacting me, can I ship my stuff to them?
Yeah.
Right. So I want to stick to Orange County. Is that correct? So here's what I want you to do. On the right-hand side, click on that X. In the search, type in your zip code, or you can type in anything you want to. And let's actually see if it'll come up as Orange County. All right, cool. Orange County is actually there as an entire county. So if I want to, I can entirely cover entire Orange County, right? Now, who's your typical customer? Are they males or females? Majority of times, who does the shopping? Females. Because here's what I want to do. Yes, you're right. They're both males and females, right? They're potentially also young and older as well, right? They could potentially, for example, be wealthy and also not so wealthy, right? So here's what I want you to do, and here's the example we're going to go through. The example I'm going to show you is how to reach people very, very, very specifically, right? We have some amazing therapists here in this crowd, so you correct me if I'm wrong. Every single one of us has a psychology, right? With that psychology, we develop what we refer to as a decision-making pattern, right? Every single time I'm offered an idea, a business, I go through those decision-making patterns to say yes or no. For example, let's say I'm a guy, right? And I'm a very cheap guy. So the moment you say, hey, do you want to buy life insurance from me? The first question I'm going to ask you is then how much, right? Does that make sense? That's how I make my decisions. For example, if I'm female, right, and I'm really truly focused on female empowerment right now, what do you think you should bring up to me that would really resonate with me? Does that make sense? It's very straightforward. So yes, we have males and females, but we're going to treat it differently. I'm going to show you how. So we target Orange County. What about the age?
30 plus.
30 plus?
20 and 65.
25 to 60. So here's what I would do. I would probably break that up even a little bit more, right? For example, if I'm 25 years old, chances are I want everything quick, right? Just because I've been on social media, I'm used to instant gratification, right? So I'm going to show you this in a second. So let's say, I'm going to say 25 to, can I say 35? Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Perfect. So far we said Orange County, I want to do 25 to 35, I want to choose women, English as my language, maybe Farsi, Persian, that's what they call it. Alright, cool. So as I am doing this, I want you to pay attention to the most important category that we have here. This is going to be your best friend. If you don't make money with this one tab here, I seriously don't know what's wrong with you. So please come talk to me privately. And I say that jokingly. But here's the deal. What I want to do is go to browse, and I want to target people specifically based on their psychology, right? So far, I'm targeting millennial, 25 to 35. And I know it's a she, right? And she's in Orange County. Also, I can probably choose what kind of school she went to, right? For example, if I type in name of school in Orange County. Oh, okay, UCI should come up, but UCLA comes up. It's a better school anyway, so let's stick with UCLA. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right, just kidding. Yeah, I know you went to USC, so they thought I was with UCLA. That's where it's at. All right, so financial. I can go to financial and I can go to income, right? I can actually choose people that, for example, have 25 to 50% of the income. This is average, right? Or, for example, is your maker really high end? Okay, very cool. So you can choose the top 10% or the top 5%, right? So let's say I sell financial services. Let's say I sell real estate. Who's your target demographic? Are you selling to a single mom who might only be able to afford a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and your mission is to truly help her find the house of her dreams? Or is your dream to help the dot-com millionaire who just sold his company or her company and wants to buy a house to show the world, hey, I got it, right? That's the difference. So, for example, we'll choose the top 10%, and from here on, I can basically choose my more and more demographics. So here's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to put out a video as an ad, and it's going to directly talk to you. It's going to say, hey, sister, my name is Ash, and I do real estate. Chances are, life sometimes gets a little bit hard, right? As I'm telling you the story, watch what I'm doing on the screen. Sometimes life can get really hard, right? And sometimes life throws different events at you that just make things a little bit harder, right? And also there's a chance that with maybe a kid or two, maybe a newborn even, things could get a lot more complicated, right? Now, it's not like you and I really went to school or anything crazy. It's not like we have all these PhDs. So if that's who you are, sister, chances are you're just like me. My mission is to help you find the best home of your dreams. So if that's who you are, and you think I'm worthy of an opportunity to serve you as a human being, please give me a shout. Please give me a chance, let me do that, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm specifically targeting specific people, right, that I know for a fact I can make myself useful to them. If I can, for example, make myself more useful to the older generation, or maybe a veteran, right, who really truly needs my loans, I can easily ask here, hey, who's a veteran, right? And if I don't see that, I will skip on that conversation, right? So why would I create an ad, almost like a billboard on the side of the street, whether you're 70 years old, 70 years old, 7 or 70, whether you're a millennial or baby boomer, whether you're gay or heterosexual, you see the same exact thing, right? So it doesn't necessarily talk to you. Every single one of us here, we're all sick and tired of being a lead. We're sick and tired of being just one more number. We want to be treated as if you care about it, right? And this is how you care about it. Any questions so far? Do I make any sense? Am I moving fast?
No.
Perfect, right? Now, I can do this all day long, from relationships, from business entities to entertainment, what they like, but also I like to do behavior. Here's a key component to you making money off of this. Under behavior, you don't have to understand all this. Just write this down. Purchase behavior and just check engaged shoppers, right? So watch this. There are 333 million people on Facebook as we speak right now that in the past week have shopped something from Facebook directly. If you guys are not all millionaires by the end of next month, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm showing you all this stuff here. So if they shop, chances are they're going to shop too, right? I'm sure if you click on soccer, Steven is going to show up somewhere. All right, so as we're done with this, we come down. I can lastly choose a budget. I can go as low as $1 a day. I can do $5 a day. So as you can tell, these are not crazy stuff. This is not like old school TV advertising that's going to cost an arm and a leg, right? There's a lot of different things that we can do. And here's what I would suggest to do. If I were you, if I were very smart, I would actually run an ad on KIRN, and I would target people that are within my Los Angeles area that speak Farsi. Guess what? Repetition, repetition, repetition. If they hear my name on KIRN, and also they see me on Facebook, like, wow, so-and-so is really big. I see them everywhere. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you excited? Because I mean, this is really exciting stuff. I mean, am I just nerding out here? All right, perfect. So you can do $5,000 a day, you can do whatever you want, or you can have a lifetime budget. You say, you know what, I'm going to try this one time, I'm going to put $300 in it, and just see how it goes, right? Don't spend too much money, trial and error. Learn what works first, right? Females, 25 to 35. Test a few things, talk about it, and see if that works or not, right? Now, skip all this, you hit continue. Now, this is where it's going to have you choose a few things. So number one, forget about this, skip over this, you don't need to understand this, just choose single, right? For those who are interested, the left-hand side shows you multiple pictures, which is confusing, nobody clicks on it. This is a single image, right? Here's what I want you to do. Take out your phone or your laptop, you sit in front of it, and you say that message that I told you, right? Whatever it is. Hey, your chances are you're a new mom. I have an urgent care right here in Encino. I would love to serve you personally. So if you do me this favor, you actually come to our urgent care anytime this week, ask for me. I want to personally come and shake your hand, right? Something very personal, something very similar to how you are, right? Figure out who you are, figure out who your customers are, make sure the common ground is there. You and I, what's your name, sir? With shades on. Yeah. Daniel. Daniel, you and I sit on the train, right? If I say beautiful weather, right? And I look at you, you say, I hate this weather. That kills the conversation right there and then, right? But if I say beautiful weather, you're like, oh my God, me too. It's like, oh wow, I love this weather because I came from New York. You say something like, no way, New York, me too. What part of New York, right? All of a sudden, that commonality is what we're building. Business works the same way. A lot of our community here has treated online as if it's that extra thing, that separate thing. But it's not. It's the same exact thing that you are already doing in your business, right? You're doing a lot of these things. On the radio, I mentioned this. A 6'3" person, you big guy, you shake his hand a little bit harder, 2 seconds later, shake her hand a little bit softer, right? So we adapt and adjust based on target demographics, based on the people we're trying to communicate with, right? So if my target is, or my prospective client for me is somebody who's 65 and older, their behavior is very different, right? Write this down if I can mention this really quickly. I learned this from a very, very wise gentleman. STAR. There are 4 kinds of human beings on earth. STAR. S stands for structure, right? These are people that are super, super structured. When they're driving, they think that, okay, I need to be in this lane, I need to be in between these 2 lanes, this is where I'm leaving, this is where I'm going, right? Who's an S here? Who can be on time? You're sure, you're right. Very cool. It's hard for Persians to be S because we can't be on time. It's like a God-given gift. So that's S. T, technical, right? T is technical, and that's my brother, right? I'll say something like, well, it's the night. He'll say, well, actually, technically, it's evening. It's not necessarily night. It's actually supper, to be totally honest with you, because, and here's the deal, right? Technical people, if you want to sell life insurance, for example, they'll ask you all kinds of crazy questions, right? They will just drive you up the wall asking you all kinds of questions, right? So that's T, S-T. A is A-type personalities, the people that move really, really fast. There are a lot of salespeople that are that way, right? A lot of very successful athletes are that way as well, right? There are the people that are 30,000 foot view, they don't care for details. If you try to tell details or stories, they get bored. They're very jittery, right? So the A-type, if you're driving, for example, S is very structured, between lanes. T is the one that says, well, technically it's 65, right, the speed limit, but I can probably go to 70 and it'll be okay, right? That's T. A is probably me, who is like, you know what, that right lane over there is probably empty. Let me go over there and just cut through people. You don't need them. I come from Iran, so I have to. So, with that said, STA, that's the A type, right? And R. R is relationship based. R is the type that says, oh my God, they're driving so carelessly. I hope his mom is happy with them. I hope they don't hurt themselves or anybody else. And when they see that, oh my God, Lena, how are you? How's it going? Long time no see, love your shoes, right? 8 times, don't care about it. Oh, good. Hey, what do you got? You got my contract? Good. See you later. Bye. Bye. Very different, right? So as you can tell, 4 different kinds of very different people. So if you're online targeting these people, understand who you are, understand who they are. If somebody is a tea and I'm trying to sell bakery to them, right, bakery goods, I need to tell them about the ingredients. I need to tell them who the chef is. I need to tell them about how we bake it, all this stuff, right? Because that's what actually they care for, right? If you're targeting 25 to 35-year-old millennial 8-type personality, right? You say, hey, we're the fastest bakery around. You come in, you're out in 5 seconds, right? I promise you. If not, I'll refund you money, right? Something of that nature. Our types, we basically talk about the nonprofit aspect. We talk about all the charity work we do and so on and so forth. That's what they care about. You with me?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. All right. I'll go through some more technical stuff. So basically what ends up happening is that on the feed, as people go to Facebook, I'm going to go on my Facebook. I don't want anybody judging me because my friends sometimes post things they're not supposed to. So don't judge me. But here's my Facebook. As I'm going down, right, I see this sponsored post right here, by Vimeo, right? So your content actually shows up right in the middle of my page, right, even though you're not my friend. So that's the power of Facebook advertising. You can get in front of the right people as they're scrolling through. Here's the deal. People hang out in specific areas. If you want to do business with them, you've got to hang out where they are. It's not about what you like, it's about what they like. When you go fishing, you don't put steak on the hook, do you? You like steak, that's okay. But the fish doesn't like steak. So you've got to give the fish what they like, right? And we used to grow up and they used to tell us, treat people how you want to be treated, right? Wrong. Treat people how you think they want to be treated. That's how you win, right? So here's the deal. All this stuff, you go there, if you're targeting female, millennials, attention, right? Obviously, you want to spell everything correctly. Do it there. Headline, news, so on and so forth, right? Now, here's the last important thing I want you to pay attention to. A lot of us have websites. Who has a website here? Okay. I got bad news and good news for you. Bad news is that nobody cares about your website. Right? Truth be told. Everybody's on Facebook and they care about Facebook, they want to stay on Facebook, right? If you're on Instagram, you want to be on Instagram, and that's it, right? You don't care about other people's website. Because here's the deal. My psychology tells me I got to protect me. You drive into your website, the first thing that I have in the back of my mind is that you want my money, right? So stay away from me. But if I'm on Facebook, it's a little bit more indirect. I'm just hanging out there, right? And you happen to be there. And if you have the right message in front of me, if you honestly, truly want to help me, right, then I want to do business with you, right? Because we are all selfish, we all care about ourselves, that's just how our human biology works, right? So if you show me for sure that you care about me, right, then I want to care about you too. That's my strategy. That's why I do at least 3 or 4 favors before I even do anything else with you, right? So the last important thing is this guy over here. You want to create a new form. So if you wrote down nothing else tonight, write this down. You look at a new form, right, and you look for either volume or higher intent. All this stuff aside, the one thing I want you to pay attention to is questions. So people don't even have to leave. They don't have to leave Facebook anymore. Right then and then, you can actually ask them to engage with you, right? So you say, for example, can I have your email address? Can I have your full name? Can I have your date of birth? Can I have your gender? Can I have your marital status? Can I have your work information, job title, and so on and so forth, right? So ask people, see your ad right there and then. If they engage with it at all, they're going to get a form that you can easily engage with, right? They will fill this out. As soon as they hit submit, you have a form right there with people's contact information, right? To recap really quickly, I showed you how to reach specific people. I showed you how to talk to them specifically one-on-one directly so that it resonates with them, right? And I showed you how to get them to quickly, swiftly give you their information. Last thing I want to say about this form is that it's all robust. Because you're already on Facebook, because it has all your information, the moment you click on it, it's going to pre-populate everything there for you. So the customer, all they have to say is, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'll love a free cupcake. Why not, right? If I were you, my sister, I would target anybody here, and I'll go back. You can actually, I don't know if you paid attention to this or not, you can actually look to see under browse. I can go to demographics, I can go to life events, I can go to anniversaries, and I can say anybody that has an anniversary coming up in the next 30 days. I want to give you a cupcake for free, right? Because I know you love somebody. And your love matters so much to me. So I want to help you love somebody else today, right? Especially if you're an art person, you're going to love that message, right? So let me help you love somebody today, right? I'm going to give you a free cupcake because I know you have an anniversary coming up in 30 days. That's excited about this. Isn't this the best thing ever made? Cool. Questions?
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
My specific question is, I feel like more people are on Instagram than Facebook. Or I feel like maybe the older generation is on Facebook, which is great, but most people are on Instagram.
Sure.
So if you are creating this ads on Facebook, can you apply it to Instagram or vice versa?
Very good question. So down here, as you're basically selecting, it will have, yeah, you can obviously choose it. So let me see. So you see where it says placement? Under placement,
Okay.
by default, it will actually throw it on Instagram as well, right? So what I can do, I can say, you know what, I want to be people in people's feed, I want to be in instant articles, I want to be in-stream videos, right? So in-stream videos are when you're watching a different video, there's an ad that comes right before it, right? Or right in the middle of it, right? Here's what I would suggest. I turn all these off, including Instagram, because you're right, there are a lot more people on Instagram, but they're so quick to scroll. People on Instagram don't necessarily engage with you, right? And if I know your type of business, chances are, right, because you do own that urgent care, correct? Chances are, people that are on Instagram are younger, right? There's a good chance that they might not necessarily be a long-term clients for you, right? But if I were you, I would run an ad specifically on Instagram and target only college students. Hey, you could get hurt. I know you're a tough boy, you can get through it, but here's the deal. Right now, hospitals are super expensive. Before you go to the hospital, give me a call next time. I want urgent care, right? Talk to you soon. 30 seconds, really quick, right?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, next question. How do you target Persians? Let's say you want to target only Persians in Southern California. What would you do?
So I don't recommend it at all.
It's not
If you're trying to go out of business, sir, if you're trying to go out of business, I've got quicker ways.
Hey, well,
I'm just kidding. No, this is why one of my first thing that comes out of our mouth, me included, is like, oh, it's so hard to do business with Persians, right? What are you doing tomorrow night? Oh, you send me good websites. Well, how much, right? But that's just how it goes. So let's start with this. Here's what I would do for me, right? Me as an Iranian. I first got to change me. It's hard to do business with me, and I get that. Try negotiating with me, right? Like, your son is very tough, by the way, right? But that's the deal, right? So if I want to do business with Iranians, I have to understand their psychology, right? One of the things that's important about the Iranian psychology is that scarcity. We come from a place that it's just scarcity is everywhere, right? So for me, few specific things matter. So for you, for example, one thing that's very important for Iranian community is that if it's abundant, we don't want it, right? If it's at Iranian college, like, everybody come in. I don't like that at all. But if you say, hey, I'm Harvard, I only accept 1 out of a million, it's like, oh, how do I get in there, right? That's me. So my business, we only accept 3 clients a year, only. Why? Because that's just the psychology. If I say accept everybody and anybody, nobody's going to work with me. As soon as we say we accept only 3 clients, guess who wants to work with us, right? Big people, right? And that's how it goes. I'd much rather build a waiting list. If I were you, I would build a waiting list. You go to your ads manager, do the same exact thing that we did. I would probably, if you're interested in Iran specifically, you can do that. If you're interested in just entire United States, you can do that. If you want to do business with Iranians only in LA, obviously I showed you how to do that. For example, you can type in Los Angeles, right? Here's what's cool about Los Angeles as well. So specific towns, you actually have radius. So I can go to Los Angeles, and you see that circle? I can say 37 miles or 50 miles. Or I can actually say, for example, I only want to do business in Culver City only. Hey, by the way, you live in Santa Monica. Me too. How cool. I own a globalist firm, and I would love to get together since you and I are both right down the street. How about it, right? And that would be your ad. So the other thing is that when it comes to languages here, you do Farsi, right? There are other demographics or specific things that you can target here as well, and that's basically how I would go about it. To target Iranians, I would definitely target the geographical location, and I would go after the language. But then also the same exact things apply. Iranian women think very differently than Iranian men, right? So you have to customize your message.
If you have a question, please wait for the mic so everybody can hear. Thank you.
Hi, my business model is somewhat similar to yours. I have a very high-end service business, servicing the older generation, basically organizing and managing their photos. And it's a new business, and I've been told several times by other photo organizers who do VIP clientele that don't worry about social media, your clients are not on Facebook or Instagram. And it's kind of like our tagline is, if you ask me how much, then you can't afford me. So I'm wondering, is that true? I mean, should I pursue the Facebook stuff?
If your type of clients are not on social media today, right, they probably are not alive. That's just my point. So anybody and everybody is on social media. But like I said, you have to do cross promotion, right? If I were you, where's your business?
Los Angeles.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Westlake Magazine?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. High-end magazine, right? If I were you, I would run an ad on the cover of Westlake Magazine, inside cover. I think it's about like $1,400, something very cheap, not that expensive, right? $1,400, and then I would come down here under interest. I would target anybody and everybody that has subscribed to that magazine, right?
Yeah.
So over time, you might be right. Your type of clients, so for example, our type of clients, the executives from Lamborghini are not sitting on Instagram scrolling through, right? But it doesn't mean that they're not there, right? Talk to me separately afterwards. I'll show you some extra top secret stuff that I can extract email addresses from Facebook when people engage with me. They don't even have to do anything with me at all, but as soon as they click on anything or they sort of engage with me, I can extract their email addresses, right? Then I can do a lot of different things with that. Now, while we're on this, there's a website called slicktext.com. I highly suggest every single one of you guys get on slicktext.com or something similar. Emails work great, but the national average of an open rate for an email right now is less than 20%. So 80-something% of the people that get emails don't open it. How many of you get spam emails? Do you hate it? Why do you hate it? Yeah, because it got nothing to do with you. But if I was like, brother, do you want $1 million? And it was actually real, guess what? Next time I email you, you're still going to open it, right? Because I've built a pattern with you that I'm a good person, and if you open my email, it's going to be a good thing. Now, let's transfer that over to newer technology, text messaging. What's the open rate on text messaging? 100%, exactly. Because nobody wants that annoying notification saying, hey, you have 100 text message, right? So if I were you, for your high-end clients, I would create a video and I would text them a link. Say, hey, I've got a beautiful message. I've got something for you that's exclusive and you got to hear it, right? And that's how I would do it. Do it like how you would do real estate, right? Pocket listings. Oh yeah, there's this one property, but it's not on the market. It's very exclusive, right? It's not that they're not on social media. They don't necessarily spend too much time on social media, but they are on social media. You gotta figure out how to approach it. I don't make the call, sorry. Anybody nice enough that want to grab me a glass of water? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
How often, Ash, how often do you want us to be on social media?
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
Oh, it's right here.
I'm sorry.
I have my camera here, I'm recording you.
Very cool. I feel uncomfortable. How often should you be on social media?
Yeah, like for a business, how many, how often you should be on social media?
How often do you talk to people?
Every day.
Okay. How often do you pick up the phone?
How often am I on the phone?
Yeah, how often do you, if I were to do sales to the phone, how often do you think I should pick up the phone? Well, I want to be a great basketball player, how often do you think I should shoot? It's up to you. Totally, it's up to you. I do social media for a living, obviously, but I don't post more than once every 2 weeks. That's just me. I used to do 4 times a day at some point, but I just play by ear. For me, my sister, this device is irrelevant. Social media is irrelevant. Focus on our people. How often do you want to hear from her?
Every day.
Depends on how good you are. If what you're saying to me is annoying, I don't want to hear from you even once a year, right? But if what you're saying to me is valuable every single time, so here's the deal. Our brain works based on serotonin or anxiety. Serotonin or dopamine is what gives us happiness, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know if I can afford it. So if I lost train of serotonin, perfect, thank you. So if you can produce serotonin and dopamine in somebody's head, it's basically dope, right? It's almost like cocaine. It's addictive, right? If I make you smile, if I make you happy, every time you see me, you get a good feeling from me, guess what? You're going to get addicted to me. And that's how business works. I make people addicted to me by doing favors for them, right? And without asking for anything in return. And then sometimes they get skeptical, like, oh, really? You really want nothing from me, right? So I do that over and over and over again until for lack of a better word, I brainwash them that no, there's nothing in it for me, right? I can show you my phone right now. As of right now, as we speak, Warren, if you can testify to this, I got 44 missed calls as I'm sitting here, 72 text messages as I'm sitting here, 235 emails. I have 600, 700 business notifications, and I won't even go through my LinkedIn or Instagram. You think I'll ever need business ever again? No, right? Because I go around, keep doing business, keep doing favors for other people, and that's where it comes down to. So it's not about how often I post on social media. It's about how often do I serve somebody truly so that they can get dopamine, right? Because the moment, if I'm a real estate agent, if I get you the best house you can possibly dream about, guess what? I have your business for the rest of your life, right? Chances are I will also have your customers, your friends, your family, your cousins, and so on and so forth, right? So forget about this, forget about social media, focus on the people. Fair enough?
As you might know, I have a Persian grocery website, and my website report shows that more than 80% of my customers come from Google. And is it because of the Facebook guys maybe are not the real buyer, but Google are? I just want to ask you, how do you compare Google with social media? Thank you.
Sure. So here's the deal. Your data is biased, though, right? Right now, your customers are coming from Google, and that's fantastic. But you haven't necessarily tried Facebook, have you? How much have you spent on Facebook? Here's what I would suggest, data and science. It's not about my opinion. I don't know what works with millennials, right? I know what works based on experience, but I don't really rely on that. I test, right? So if you remember, let me show you this really, really quick. Here's what I would suggest for you. You go to Facebook. I crank it sometimes. So you go to Ads Manager. You create your campaign. Remember I told you to do lead generation? Ben, is it Ben?
Yeah.
Ben. So when you do lead generation, Ben, here's what I would suggest. You see this? It says create split testing. A/B testing. You see that? Here's what that means. Turn that on. A/B testing means that you show the same exact ad at the same exact time to two different people, right? So the lady, I'm sorry, what's your name again? Yella. Very cool. If you, for example, if you ran one video and you tried it with, let's say, females and males, right? At the end of that week, you can easily say, all right, wow, from females, I got 17 leads. From males, I only got 3, right? And that's how I know. So what I would do with you, Ben, I would do the same exact thing. I would do a split test to actually know where my customers are. Because right now, the people that come to you are from Google, right? I can, for example, advertise in the Penny magazine or the Penny. Obviously, I'm high end. I don't know that. So if I advertise in that magazine or that newspaper, right? Chances are, my data is going to be biased, right? It's going to say, oh wow, this magazine works for me. But if I've never tried CNN or Forbes.com or KIRN, I'm never going to know. So what I would suggest is try. Test, especially when it comes to the ability of A/B testing, go from there. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Google, sometimes it's better, because Google is inbound marketing. When I come to you, I'm looking for an Italian restaurant in Santa Monica, I'm not window shopping. I'm looking for an Italian restaurant because I'm hungry right now, right? Or when I'm on Facebook, depending on what you're doing, how you're basically approaching people, they may or may not necessarily need a life insurance or big goods. Does that make sense?
Last question?
You keep saying that when you offer favors to people, but I'm not really sure what you mean by that, because we're in a business that want to make money also and provide services. So can you just tell me what you mean by that?
Right. Think of it like this, very primitive. If you're lying, you're trying to catch a deer, you can't let the deer know, can you? Right? You got to kind of disguise it a little bit. You're right, absolutely. Every single one of us needs business. We need money, right? But I'm the type of person that will do favors for you because it just doesn't matter. For example, I offered you and your husband to come and hang out with you guys for a day, right? Chances are you're not going to spend $1 million per year with our agency. So you're not going to be my target demographic whatsoever. Well, why do I do that? Because if I establish my brand with you, there's a chance that you might know somebody that could do that for me, right? This event is fantastic for me, right? It's great for my self-confidence. I'm an introverted kid that was absolutely nobody in Iran. And the fact that I come here and all of you have so much energy and love for me that you've chosen to spend your night here with me, it's incredible for my serotonin and dopamine. This is probably one of the best nights of my life, right? So why do I care about the money, right? I don't necessarily care for that because that will come. I've gotten this way by only doing favors. I wanted to do business with David Nazarian, the gentleman who's donated millions and millions of dollars to CSUN, but I couldn't. But once I started only helping people and only doing what I thought was a favor for a student, a teacher, a professor, I ended up on the board of directors with David Nazarian rubbing elbows, right? Now from that relationship comes a lot more, but I still do things for him.
Beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome.